It's time, it's prime time at South Suburban Sports Complex on Saturday night. Your Warriors taking the ice against the Boulder Hockey Club, who skated their way down I-25, making their way to Highlands Ranch, Colorado. We're happy to be here with you. I'm Harry Haviland with Shooter McGowan and the OTT Sports Network, bringing it to you live on this wonderful Saturday night. I missed all the practices this week when I was traveling, but I know they came off a huge victory last week, 6-4 against the undefeated team from NOCO, and they should be on fire. Shooter, what are you thinking?
I think they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and they have every right to. I think they're looking great. So we just want to make sure that we continue the momentum. Sometimes those long weeks with no games, just practices, can kind of take you a little bit off your game, but I don't think that's going to happen today.
No, but you can't take this team lightly. They only have one win on the season. That was their first game, but that doesn't mean they're not out for blood. They're going to be hungry here tonight.
And last time we played them, they did come after us. And I realized, sorry if you're watching the ice right now, the little bloopers as it are going on. Our own players are knocking into one another and falling down on the ice, but
tonight should be a good warm back up after having a week without games. And then tomorrow morning we are heading down to the Springs, and that team has stung us a couple of times. So I think we need to come out sharp here tonight, score early, score often, and build that momentum right back up into tomorrow.
Goes back to that comment about confidence. We need to skate away from this game with a good win so we can go down to Colorado Springs yet again. I feel like we always go down to Colorado Springs. What is up with that?
But at least we're playing at the Ed Robson and not at that Olympic ring.
Yep.
They got a great little pizza joint attached to it now, so we can go check that out tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow afternoon. I keep thinking it's morning because you have to leave so early to get to the Springs.
You know, I vaguely recall the last time I was in Colorado Springs for a hockey game, because I didn't make the last one that was this season. It was last season with you, because we and all the parents had gotten kicked out of the game.
Yes, we weren't allowed in the last game of that one.
So we watched it online to the best of our ability.
I'm trying to remember the name of the place. We had that Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. Downtown Colorado Springs.
There we go, Toto Madeo and Woolley out there to start this one. It's going to be Eagle-Cedar and Gruber and Simon Prokop back in net. Jack Graham here with him, man in the bench in backup position. And they're pinned straight up against the boards in front of the Boulder bench to start this one off. Out past Eagle-Cedar, down the length of the ice. Icing's waved off as Gruber races back for it. He picks it up on his backhand behind the net. Feeds it up the wing to Woolley. Breaking across, getting that one outside the zone up to Madeo. He's coming in down the left side, Austin Madeo. Turning, wrapping around, keeping that one back over to Toto, who takes a shot. Rebound sneaks in front of Woolley in front of the net. He couldn't get a blade on it, and then it's tapped up out of play into the mesh. 15:22 left to go. The OTT Sports Network here, kicking it with you at South Sub. First period action. Foster, Haviland, and Popovic step out with Moore and Benevelski. Devin Foster winning that one back to Owen Moore at the point. Shoots one in. It comes off of Foster. Haviland with a backhand in front of the net. Back over to Foster. It's knocked off the stick of the defender, who's now spinning inside his own end. Able to clear that one all the way down. Just a little bit too hard for his likings, and icing's whistled shortly after the last one. And we're back into the Boulder zone for a draw. I know the Jays are playing right now. Got to get an up keep on that one. What's the score? They're down 3-1. Oh no, but that's okay. We've been in this scenario before. Remnants of the LCS. Play underway in the Boulder end. Benevelski coming in off the point, backhanding it in. It's taken away by the defender. Benevelski still working his way in deep as that puck's being chased by Haviland behind the Boulder net. Haviland gets a stick on it, centering pass right back over to Benevelski, who shoots one, and it's tipped wide. Back into Boulder territory. The Warriors continue to pressure. Devin Foster and Benevelski chasing this one down, gets tipped out. Popovic diving for that as the Boulder player snuck in behind the defense. And Pops turns, dumps that outside the zone, forced back in, and it's going to be offside on the Boulder players. They're not the Rough Riders anymore. I don't think they're the Buffalo or the Bison. They've got that Bison on their jerseys, but I don't think they actually have a team name. The Boulder Hockey Club, as the Rough Riders went to their AAA program, and they're solely hanging on to that name.
I'm just going to call them the Birkenstocks.
The Boulder Birkenstocks. With the wool socks in the Birkenstocks?
Yeah, there you go.
McGowan at center ice trying to win that one over to Weber. He's joined by Lahr. Weber takes a big hit up against the board as Reed Lahr slips into the corner chasing that puck. Behind the net, Boulder backhands it over into the far corner. Nobody there for Boulder, but Lahr is able to pick it up. Lahr shoulders his man off the play and then has to chase this one out of the zone with Boulder working their way through center, making a missed pass there across the red line, and that one's flipped high. A bouncing puck comes in on the goaltender. Kannenberg and Kolchevsky back on D. Kannenberg picking this one up at the blue line, turns, fires one. He was just about 1.5 miles high, but we can count that for 3 points as it was a field goal attempt that went through. Icing called as Prokop lets that one slide by. 13:37 left to go. Fans from across the globe tuning in on this Saturday night. Toto Medeo and Woolley back out there for this ozone draw alongside Gruber and Egelceder, man on the point. Medeo gets a stick on that and working his way in behind the net. Back over, Toto, back to Medeo. Backhand Spinaruski. It ends up in the hands of the Boulder player who tips it through and cleared to neutral ice. Egelceder, the first one back on it. He's getting some pressure and the Boulder player gets a step on him, but Egelceder crunches him down. Woolley with the backhand back out to the blue line and doesn't get it clear. That's going to be a tripping call.
It shouldn't be.
No, it's not a tripping call. Swinging the stick at there. The player went down at the blue line. And now the Boulder Hockey Club had a little bit of pressure and momentum. That puck flips across the neutral zone for Woolley. Drop pass back over to Toto. Comes in, takes a shot loose in front and gloved away by the defenseman. Over to the far side, Ben Toto. Tapped it back in behind the net. Medeo gets intercepted before he can get to that pass, and then Toto and Woolley both knock it down. It jumps over the stick of Benevelski back out to center ice. He's got Gruber with him, goes across D to D. Gruber skates this one up through, taps it into the offensive zone, and rips off for a change. Bunch of new Warriors off the bench with Haviland being the one on the forecheck. Back over to Benevelski on the half boards. Up to Popovic, who fires a missile, and it just didn't get all the way through. Haviland in front, centering pass. Nobody at home in front of the crease as the goalie lost sight of that for a brief moment. Haviland doesn't let him take it back out of the zone. Foster pressuring his man up. It sneaks out, and then up to Popovic, who gets a little bit more on that one. It makes it to the far end of the ice. Foster with the check, back over to Popovic. He's got Haviland in front. He drops that in behind. Haviland chasing behind the pipes. And tipped out to the blue line. Kept in there by Benevelski, who was on a back pedal, but changed his shift of momentum, forcing Boulder to dump this all the way down with 11:41 left to go in the first period. We still got a 0-0 hockey game here. Warriors and Boulder. They've got the chances here. They just got to settle it down a little bit, I think. McGowan, Weber, and Lahr. McGowan winning that one back. Gets around Kannenberg at the blue line, and then Weber steps into the play, making sure they don't get too far across that red line. Weber with the Kolchevsky, with the hit still up there. Tipped around, the puck is loose, and Prokop didn't see where it was. But they managed to clear that back over into the corner with Boulder. Now circling their way through, making that pass in front of the net. Loose puck's picked up by Kannenberg, and he's got some room. Henry Kannenberg coming down the left wing, flipping that to center. Lahr couldn't get to it. Back out to the blue line. Kolczewski keeping it in. Stick handled through a crowd and then out of the zone by Boulder. Boulder couldn't stick handle much further. It's taken away. Kolczewski up the boards over to Woolley. Trying to tip that one out. Woolley has it. Flips it down. Weber knocking it at center ice. Weeb's trying to work his way in. He's at the end of long shift. Luke Weber in there all by himself. Trying to backhand pass over to Woolley. That's taken away by Boulder, and they're at center ice. And no penalty on that one either.
No call on it. That one was legit, though.
Yeah, Toto swung his stick at that one and knocked the player down. The ref didn't see it, so we continue action here with 10:27 left to go in the first. Play now down on the Warriors' end, taken away by Ben Toto. Looking at that bounce pass to Medeo. Medeo feeds it right back to him, staying in onside at the blue line. Toto comes in over to Woolley. Gruber in deep. Deacon Woolley stick handling his way out of the corner. Looking to wrap this around, still has it in the top of the slot. Pass over and a shot by Gruber. Puck is covered up by the Boulder goaltending. Shots on net in favor of the Warriors, but back to the fact that we haven't scored yet with 6 minutes ticked off of this opening period clock. Toto winning that one forward and taking the play into the corner. He gets it sticked away from him behind the net, and Boulder's coming through center ice with some speed, 2-on-2. Coming across, shot comes in. They send that one through the crease and wide, all the way back out to center ice. Boulder's going to be the first ones back there to it. Over, tapped up by the D-man, and then sent the length of the ice for, the far ref had his hand up, and then he called it no, and the other ref blew it, and now they're going to just drop this puck at center ice. Here comes that Foster line for the center ice drop right through all this netting in front of you. I know it's tough to see when we're up here. We're going to start that petition to take the netting down because it makes no sense on this rink.
I feel like I'm in a spider web.
Owen Moore back in his own end, bringing that one around. Haviland trying to get to it. He drops it back for Foster. Foster working his way through a couple players at center. It's tapped away from him. Picked up again by Owen. Banging it off the boards where I can't quite see, and then sent the length for Foster to chase. Haviland, the second man in on that, up against the second Boulder player. It's battled up, and then Haviland taps it back in behind the net. Foster chasing over to the far side. Centering pass for Boulder. Haviland taps it back away, and Popovic keeps it in the Boulder zone with 8:55 left to go here in the first. Bounce pass out. It bounced over Moore's stick, which is going to have Popovic turned around, back at it back. Haviland to Foster's coming in off the change. Foster trying to stick handle his way around. Haviland taking that puck away, and Boulder cleans up the garbage in behind their own net. They're still stuck down deep in their own zone as they circle back the other way. Out to center, Benabelski with fresh legs off the bench, trying to get this one cleared. Sends it down. No icing on that play, and the Warriors managed to make some changes with Weber and McGowan now in on the forecheck. Boulder falls on their own, and Kolczewski has it. He gets across the red line, dumps it in, but it's picked up before it can get too deep into the zone. Kolczewski turning, getting bumped off that puck. McGowan shoving his man, and the puck is just being pinballed around there right in front of the Boulder's bench. Weeb's now digging at it. It's under the skate of a couple of different players there. McGowan cleans that back. Cannonberg with a quick pass back up to Lahr. Taken away by Weber. Back to Cannonberg, who muscles his way in up the left wing. Cannonberg still on his horse, working his way around, using up this whole offensive zone. Turns, shoots a puck. Not stuck down in front. McGowan's going after it in the corner. Back out centering, and Boulder right to center ice. Picked up quickly there by Henry Cannonberg, who shoots a long puck in. Goalie gloves it down and drops it for his D-man. Lahr puts the pressure on him. And then coming off the bench, it's tipped right back up, and McGowan sends it in. Weaver pestering his guy in the corner. They've got to use a couple of players to try to get this out, and then Gruber's in front. Gruber with the shot, and the goalie got a little piece of that, sending it off his blocker and into the corner. Back out, McGowan behind the net. Stolen away by Gruber again. He's looking for another opportunity to McGowan in front, who has that one tipped. He's at the end of a long shift, so he's going to skate off for a change, but that's going to come with an icing call, giving the Warriors a chance to have that ozone draw. 6:43 left to go. Harry Haviland and Shooter McGowan having some fun with the OTT Sports Network across the globe on a Saturday night. Toto leaning into it, winning that one back over. Gruber out there now with Egelseeder. That shot goes in wide of the net. Off the backboards, Medeo. Looking to pick it up back to Toto. Attempted shot between the legs of the defender. Gets it bounced back out to Gruber, who sends it into the offensive zone again. The offensive opportunities have been coming here for the Warriors, unable to put one behind this Boulder goaltender just yet. Pass cross off the boards. Gruber stepping in. Boulder sending it out. Egelseeder's going to be back in his zone. Just taps that one right back out to center, forcing the reset here by Boulder. They try and walk their way in and take a hit. Flip back outside the blue line. They dump it back in and another offside whistle. And no, I know Halloween's coming up, but that hair is real underneath the lid of that referee with that mustache. Looking sporty out there today.
That's one word for it, yeah. Sporty.
Greasy could be another one?
Greasy.
And why wouldn't it be greasy on what is National Greasy Food Day here in the US today?
I'm due for some fries then.
Foster stepping in front of his man. Off the boards. Held down in there and then tipped back in by Popovic. Sorry, Foster gets knocked down in the corner chasing that puck. Pop's going after it. Out to the point. Owen Moore with the shot. Trying to get a stick on that was Popovic in front. He's unable to knock it in, and the goalie puts it in his glove, closing down for yet another whistle. Devin Foster has been working on those faceoffs, but every time I say that, he loses one. He manages to win this one
just
cleanly,
told
goes back out, and it jumps across
play,
the blue line. Up to Popovic and hammers that one in hard. Haviland going after it behind the net. Haviland reversing back over. Picked off there by the Boulder defenseman. Benevelski steps in off the blue line to make him send that back out to Moore. Big pass out. Haviland couldn't handle the heat on that one. Now he's chasing it in. Foster's trying to keep it at the blue line. Back to Moore. Sent across. Good job there by Popovic, not letting that one skip across the blue line. Haviland was still offside. Are the lines really weak, or is it just looking through this mesh that we can't see anything?
No, they are very weak in the middle. You can see how more defined they are in the edges.
That is true. Okay, I thought it just maybe my eyesight. I'm refusing that I need to get glasses. My wife keeps telling me differently, but I also need hearing aids, so I can't hear her when she says that.
What? Yeah.
McGowan at the dot outside in front of the Boulder bench. Leaves that one over for Moore. Owen Moore with the power of a freight train coming into the offensive zone. Takes his man into the corner. Moore still battling, knocking players over left and right. Weber now taking on those two guys. Moore's going to escape back to his position at the blue line. McGowan has a chance to come in and help his offensive guy. Moore shoots and scores! Break the ice, Owen Big Rig Moore! Big Rig! Finally, the Warriors are able to put one in behind the goaltender. It's a 1-0 game, 4:31 left to go in the first. He worked his way and earned that one going into the offensive, stepping back out to the blue line in time to get the puck and put it in behind. 1-0 with Toto, Mateo, and Woolley back out on the ice. Kolchevsky and Kannenberg on the blue line. Kolchevsky taking that one, trying to feed it to Deacon Woolley, who can't sneak it through. They step around there with Medeo on the offensive pressure. Woolley taking his man out, back over to Toto, flipped across the blue line. Medeo chasing. Boulder off the boards and down. Cannonberg sends it right back up to his forward line. Deacon picking it up at center. Woolley across the blue line. Couldn't shovel it to Toto in time, and now a 2-on-1 developing in the opposite direction. Kolchevsky spinning back on his own guy, and Cannonberg forcing the man down into the corner. Kolchevsky and Cannonberg doing a good job keeping this puck wide, trying to feed it out, couldn't clear it, and Boulder picks it up. Cannonberg takes it away again and gets that one cleanly to Woolley, who gets it to Medeo. Drop back over Cannonberg. He's working his way in deep. Hank back over to Toto to the point. Shot comes in from Gruber. Toto behind the net. Down the far side, drop back in for Woolley. Woolley can't dangle around the man. That's tipped back down over, and a stick of Cannonberg gets on it. He's back inside his own blue line, taking this one away. Medeo sending it again all the way back into Boulder territory. They ring it around the boards. Kick back out, picked up off the boards by Toto. He couldn't backhand that over to get a good shot off, and then it stuck down through center ice. Nagelceder stands his man up so Popovic can get this loose puck backhanded behind his own net. Gruber, Toto tipping. Haviland at center ice gets a piece of it. Toto still out there working into the offensive zone. Toto back out, and the goaltender is going to cover up outside of his crease, but we got ourselves a 1-0 hockey game. 2:44 left to wind down on the first frame ticker. Foster, Popovic, and Haviland out there to take this draw. On the left-hand side, Foster winning it cleanly. Back out to Nagelceder. It was just tipped in front. Gruber stepping in from the blue line to get another shot that goes through the crease back into the far corner. Working that one past Nagelceder, but right back out to Popovic, who was backing him up at center ice. Popovic tipped across, looking for Foster. The referee's over there forgetting he's got the stripes on his arm, calling that icing is clean. Nagelceder working his way in the offensive end. Rung around, send in deep. Popovic comes across the ice to get it back to Haviland. Shoots one in, looking for a tip. It's off the skate of the defenseman. Back out, Nagelceder keeping that in the blue line. He's going to chase this puck inside. And then Boulder sends it out to center, and then it's picked up, and they're caught on a change. Coming and shooting and scoring is Boulder with a breakaway opportunity off the blocked shot. A change that Arapahoe made, not expecting that play to develop. We've got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game with 1:48 left to go in the first. McGowan, Lahr, and Weber out there to take this draw at center ice. Moore and Benevelski backing them up. Stuck over to Benevelski, across the red line, shooting it in deep. Being chased down by Reed. Lahr in behind the net. Utah in the corner, working his way out. Still with this. Couple of guys draped all over him. It takes three to take the puck away, but Boulder does come up with the rubber. Back out to the blue line, Benevelski keeping it in, shoots one. Sending it wide, Lahr in front. Deflected puck comes back out to Benevelski. He tried to glove that down. And unlike Kirk of the Blue Jays, he missed it. Still 3-1 at the Jays game? I'm not sure. 5-1 now. Okay, we're going to stop talking about it. After the romping they gave them yesterday. It's a fun World Series. I don't watch baseball for anything, but Jays are in the World Series. I got some Canadian blood in me. Cannonberg pinched up at center ice, but he works his way through. Henry Cannonberg coming in, shoots a puck and heading for the top of the net. The goalie sticks his glove in the way and keeps it out. Toto working his way into the dot. The ref fakes him out there. He's like, hey, I just want you guys to look at my mullet a little bit longer. And then it's tangled up in the feet of Toto. Kicked back into the Boulder corner. Sent around, Cannonberg pinching, keeping that in. Up off of Cannonberg, doing another job of keeping that one in. Bennett Kolcheski has to come across and stop that. Woolley, and then one-on-one coming in on Kolcheski, diving and sticking that puck into the corner. Joey Kolcheski coming up big. The play gets in on Simon Prokop. He hangs on to it with a couple of pushing and shoving matches continuing.
Great play by Kolcheski right there.
Excellent work getting down on that. And I like Cannonberg coming in and cleaning out that crease. He doesn't appreciate those pokes at his goalie after the whistle. With only 34.7 seconds left to go here, the Warriors find themselves in a rare defensive zone face-off, but they quickly clean that up and send it outside. Haviland across to Popovic and gets caught up in his skates and pops. Tipping that in behind, Haviland. Centering to Foster, who shoots it into the goaltender. Great play set up there, and Foster couldn't find a way around the goalie as he was in tight.
I'm good.
They're going to continue to keep this line out here with 18 seconds left on the clock. Now tick to 15 as they're just trying to get themselves set up. Egelseeder into Foster, centering for Popovic. Picked up by Gruber at the dot. Gruber spinning away from his man. Back out to the top of the circle. 4 seconds left. Got to get a shot off here. It's tied up in Gruber's jersey. Foster doesn't have enough seconds on the clock to do anything with it, and we end the first period at a 1-1 tie. That's surprising, as I believe shots in that period must have been 18-2, and we end up 1-1. OTT is in the house. We got some friends from Boulder here coming over, giving it a little bit of a shout out. Formerly Arvada. Formerly Arvada. Grew up playing with those guys.
Doesn't matter where we go, there's OTT fans.
That is true.
That's what it comes down to.
I actually, we're talking about going to Finland for the World Juniors in 27, 28, and the OTT has already been asked to potentially get involved in that. So I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe we can get some of the gas in the jet paid for take us over there. These guys just got to figure a way to finish these plays in front of the net. I mean, we've been talking about it. I blew in the face saying it, but we got to score a goal, Shooter.
Well, and creative shot selection is another thing. But their goalie's a good-sized kid, and so. But do you really need to go right in his chest? Half our shots are right in the chest or the pads.
I wouldn't think so, but maybe that's what Matt's talking to him about right now. You can see on his whiteboard there, all he did was draw a picture of a net saying, hey, look at all these open spots around this goalie. Go put it in behind him. Toto out to take this opening draw. He wins it back. Egelseeder picking this one up and just sending it all the way down in the Boulder zone for his offensive man to chase down. Medeo and Toto both get in on that puck. Another Boulder player joins the party, and they continue to keep it tied up against the boards. Toto taken down into the corner, out to the blue line. Good job there by Gruber, keeping that one in deep. Toto takes a swipe at it. Gruber hammers his man down in front of his own bench. Egelseeder with some time. Checking up on this one, a missed pass comes all the way back out to center ice where the Boulder Hockey Club hangs onto that puck and then tries to turn it back around. Oh, Gruber right down below us. Can't find out where that puck is.
We're in the tough angle right now.
Back to Toto, he gets stood up. Couldn't get it quite through to Medeo and it's sent back out for a reset by the Warriors. Off the boards, Woolley couldn't see it in behind him. Toto and Woolley pushing.
For those watching online, I apologize right now.
A little bit of a tough angle from up here in the press box at rink one, taken away from Cannonberg, or from Egelseeder coming in. Oh, and then a good job getting back on that play. Woolley backhanding it through center, avoiding the attempted shot on net. And Woolley again just misses that puck. Sent down by Egelseeder. Popovic coming off the bench. The Warriors got to be careful not to get a too many men call here, but all the boys were stepped over the boards before anybody touched the puck. Egelseeder has it at center ice, stick handling his way through. Walked down by Boulder, and then Egelseeder gets sat down at center ice. Back around, Foster behind the net. Thank you, sir.
Got some scrambled Egelseeder on the ice right over there.
Yes, I love it. Popovic going in hard after this, but he's not going to beat the puck across the blood. What's going on, man? How are you? Doing good.
What's up, dude? How are you? Good.
Seeing
Good
some
to see
alumni here up in the
guys
press
just
box
play?
coming to say hi.
You were right before? Okay. Good win. Yeah, nice.
In their own end, Foster at the draw. Ties it up and gets it back over to Moore. He's off the boards, looking for Popovic. It takes a weird bounce. And Boulder keeps it in at the blue line. Back through Benevelski. Now had some time behind his own net. Sasha sees what's coming at him, flips it up to Popovic, who puts it off the boards, and Foster comes racing through center ice. Devin Foster with Haviland going towards the net. Foster, power move into the corner. Gets knocked off the puck, which is still loose. Haviland now has it on his blade. Tipped it back over to Foster. Oh, trying that sharp shot. The player comes and dives in front of it. Foster back out to Benevelski. Keeping that into the corner, taken away by Boulder and out of the zone. The lone goal scorer for the Warriors picks it up, and it's going to be sent in offside as Haviland's looking for that, but Foster is jumping over the boards. And that long change, second period, catches him with 13:20 left to go. Uh-oh. Some of our Canadian fans have given up on the Blue Jays and they're tuned in to only one screen now. Must not be going good at the Sky Dome. I don't know what it's called now, but...
Big victory last night. Have some faith.
Oh, I do. Reed Lar out there now on the offensive side of things, putting some pressure on these Boulder players. Kolchevsky in off the blue line. Weaver back to McGowan. Jumps over Kolchevsky's stick, but Lar's in the corner to pick it up. Lar knocked down behind the net, centering pass to Weber, doesn't get through. McGowan on the back check, hassling him through center ice as Boulder skates in, across the red line, dumping it in deep. Prokop comes out to tag up on that puck. A missed pass there by Kannenberg, but then he takes it right back away. Kannenberg kicking his way up along the boards, turning.
That's what new skates will do.
There's going to be a penalty coming up here against Boulder with Lar coming across center. Prokop getting his workout in, trying to skate all the way down the ice. He doesn't get there before Boulder tags up, and the Warriors are going to have a 2-minute power play to see what they can do with the man advantage. Toto Woolley Medeo coming out for this one. Benevelski is going to be hanging out on the blue line with Kannenberg, who's going to stay out. Good to see. I didn't even mention Jack Halott on the bench now with his team.
Yeah.
He's got the mask on, supporting the boys from behind the bench. Around the far side. Medeo gets it taken away from him. Boulder out to the blue line, and they can't keep it in. Oh. Benevelski off the back of the skates of Toto, gets it back from him. Over to the far side, sent up, and Woolley gains the offensive zone. Deacon Woolley coming down the right wing, trying to set this one up. Benevelski kicking it back in, jumps over Toto's stick, and then Sasha knocks it again at the blue line. Sasha still has it into the corner for Woolley. Woolley looking to get set up. Finally, the Warriors on the power play here, back out to the blue line. Kannenberg walking that line, flips it back over to Toto, who has to stick handle his way out of the mess, and now Kannenberg is being pushed back in, sees which side the guy's coming. Kannenberg takes that puck inside his own blue line and winds up. Up to Medeo, tips it into the offensive zone. Medeo up against his man. Benevelski in deep, flipping it back out to the point to Woolley. Deacon Woolley turns and shoots one into, I don't know, Aurora somewhere. Medeo and Toto both tangled up in that far corner with the Boulder defenseman. It's behind, comes back out to Medeo. He's got Benevelski in front. Medeo circling. Austin Medeo up to the point. Cannonberg over to the far side. Foster with a shot, sending it up off the glass. Kept in there. Good hustle by Cannonberg to keep that one in. Foster back to Benevelski. Tapping it back in. Sasha shoots one. It's blocked. Foster picking up the loose puck with 20 seconds left to go in the power play, and Boulder sends it out to center ice. Cannonberg, who's been out there for 2 shifts in a row, picks up that puck, gets it to Haviland, feeding it to Popovic, coming down through the slot. Pops tries to stick handle his way through. Haviland walking back. Cannonberg shooting at a blocked shot. Sends it all the way back down. Boulder successfully killing that one off, and we still got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game with 10:30 left to go in the second. Haviland thought he was offside, but Foster was sneaky enough to keep that one out, letting Haviland get back on. Now it's Kai Haviland into the corner, back over trying to find Popovic. Into Foster, out to the blue line. Moore has it, he's looking for his second one. He shoots it, but just misses off the left side. Egelseeder, Haviland, sent in behind the net, not a Warrior player to be seen. Pops tipping that off the boards. Haviland muscling his way against the players, tipping it up and off the glass to Popovic. Around the far side, these Boulder players got to be getting tired. It's McGowan, fresh legs. He falls down into the corner, and it's through the legs of Moore and out to center. Pops up off to Moore, trying to feed that up to McGowan. Moore kicks it ahead. Moore now in across the blue line, sent right back out here by the Boulder players. Popovic off the boards. Trying to get it to McGowan. McGowan and Popovic still in deep on this one. Lara on the far side as Pops is trying to find a time he can change up. He's going to find it now as the puck comes all the way back over to Egelseeder on the right wing, or on the right point, and he takes it into the right wing. Egelseeder now with a couple of players, and Weber underneath it. The Boulder goalie doesn't like what he sees. He puts his mitt on top of it and covers up. 1-1 hockey game, OTT Sports Network. Hit you here at South Suburban 9:04 left to go in the second period.
DU loses to Northeastern after beating Boston College handedly last night. That makes no sense.
That doesn't make much sense at all. I'm not a huge college hockey. I love watching it.
Wow.
I don't know the stats, but I know that Northeastern is probably not the same caliber as Boston College.
No.
The Warriors back at it here at South Sub with Cannonberg gloving it down. Cannonberg across. Kolchevsky can't tip it out. Kolchevsky gets it back on his blade, feeding Deacon Woolley at center ice. He tips it just a little bit outside of his skating reach. And then Toto coming back. Toto.
Oh, look at Toto.
Cannonberg shoots one in and blocked down by the goaltender. Around, they can't figure out what to do with it. It ends up in the hands of Medeo. Medeo looking for that centering pass to Cannonberg, and Kolchevsky has to come back out to center ice to pick this up. Joey Kolchevsky walks it back into the blue line, and he gets shoved down into the ref. Toto steals it away in the corner, walking through, and it's off the side of the net. Medeo working against 2 players. Woolley gets in front of his man, gets fallen down on top of him. Kolchevsky's in by the hash marks. Joey Kolchevsky centering pass across the Cannonberger, shoots one in, and the defense are looking for the second goal of the game. Comes back out to Toto. He's walking in there, giving him some room. Toto shoots and misses on the left side. Back over to Cannonberg. I feel the momentum building up here for the Warriors. Seeing what they can do with it. Kolchevsky keeping it in. Back to Toto, who can't stick handle his way out of the circle. Boulder gets it, sends it past Kolchevsky, but his stick gets dropped on it. Cannonberg realizes that icing is waved off, and he goes back into his own end to pick it up. Big pass there. Kolchevsky ends up tipping it in, and Popovic goes in after it. 2 players battle up against in the corner. Haviland and another Boulder player come in to assist. Devin Foster races over for that one, sneaking around a player. Foster centering, and off the side of the net. Off of Haviland, Egelseeder pinching in deep. Outside, off the boards, and Boulder has it, coming in one-on-one against Gruber. What's up, man? DK in the house up in the press box.
DK in the house.
Haviland has his pass deflected off, and now Foster's trying to get that over to Popovic. and then just
bad
bounced over
bounce.
his stick. Rolling puck settles down for Egelseeder, who sends it in behind. Haviland trying to angle his player off. Back over for Gruber, who's in deep. Haviland back over to Foster. Couldn't get the shot off. They trip over each other, and Boulder controls it in behind their own net. Off the glass, and out goes Boulder. Gruber's got to skate for this one. And he gets
Good
back
play.
and gets a blade on it, flipping that rubber over into the corner. He continues control on this puck. Out past Popovic, tipping it back over to Haviland, who's in 1-on-3. Haviland still keeps this one. Shoots from the top of the circle. Popovic picking up that rebound off the boards and missing the net again. McGowan stepping off the bench, trying to center it to Pops, who was still out there. And Boulder sends it all the way around. Back out to the blue line, Benevelski. And then back over to Lar. Through skates to Weber, turning and shooting again, and Lar couldn't find the back of the net. Off the boards and out. Owen Moore picking it up at center ice. Moore winding his way up, coming all the way down inside to Lar, who couldn't find the tip on that as he was tangled up with a defenseman in front. Sneaks back out to McGowan, feeding Benevelski. Benevelski getting bumped off of that one, so he tips it back into McGowan, who finds Lar behind the net. Reed Lar looking for the centering pass, back out in another shot off McGowan's blade. Gets blocked down. Moore forcing his way in from the blue line. Weber backing him up, and now he's going to have to play some defense as he starts to skate his way backwards. Big hit there as McGowan takes his man out. That puck gets bounced around the far side. Boulder picking it up in front of their bench. They've got the offensive advantage at this point. They come in, shoot. Prokop saw that one go over his blocker and over to the far side. Benevelski trying to tip this one around. Sasha tangled up with a couple of guys. McGowan taking that puck away from him. He's got some time in his own end to get this one out. Tips it over to Woolley at center. Woolley had Weber up in front of him, and then Weeb's turned the other way. In behind, offside! A player was across the blue line, and he was in behind the D. Lucky break there for the Warriors with 4:37 left to go in the second.
Wow.
Bottom of the ninth, 5-1. They better get some bats together there at the old Rogers Center in Toronto. That might be an old text. Who knows? The game could be over by now. Toto spinning at the dot. Backhanded over by Boulder and controlled in their own zone. Up the boards trying to break this out. Stolen away by Toto at center. He spins back over him, and Gruber decided. Woolley decided he was going to pick it up. It ends up in Cannonberg's hands. He fires one in that's blocked. Still in at the blue line there. Toto diving to try and keep that puck in play. Flipped out and all the way down the ice. Cannonberg, man, coming up on him. He gets a backhand off and picks up his own bouncing puck off the boards, and then couldn't get it past the second guy at the blue line. Toto off the boards. Woolley chasing. D's going to get ahead of him, but Woolley's not giving up on that play. Tips it into the corner.
Great
back to
job by
Medeo.
Woolley.
Unbelievable effort there by Deacon Woolley. He's a great pickup. He played his last season at the Pee Wee AA team here in Arapahoe. Gets called up to the Bantam AA team this year, and he's been a little fireball out there the entire season.
Scrappy.
Foster, Haviland, and Popovic seeing what they can do with 3:43 left to go in the second. We're still tied up at ones. Foster pushing that one forward, but Gruber controls it at the blue line. Grooms comes in, shoot Foster with that tip. The goalie had the wrong angle on it, but it goes wide of the net. Back over to Foster, back to Popovic, to Haviland, who didn't have a stick on the ice. Weird. Foster behind the net. Flip back out to the blue line. Gruber keeps it. That might have been on the off the block or a jack.
I think it was.
That should have been a whistled down call there with a face-off outside. The Warriors getting away with another one. And Egelseeder claps one that's sent to the corner by the pad of the goalie. Haviland on the back check, working down his man. Tangled up there, they're looking for the puck. Egelseeder spins, has it up on edge. Sent in, and Prokop's going to hang on to that one, giving his team time to change up and settle down. Great reflexes by Jack Graham over there on the bench, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
Him and Halat having a little bit of a laugh at it. Packed house down below. You can't really see all the seating here, but
yeah, it is. Look at that.
Got a good turnout for a Saturday evening game. Good turnout across the globe, too, online with 26,000 people tuning in. Toto up to Woolley. It's taken away at the blue line. Back over to Toto. He gains control of this puck and works it back in across. Toto taken down. There's going to be another penalty called against the Boulder squad. And Prokop checks up before he even hits his boot, and he's like, I'm not doing this skating.
Let's go, boys. Move the puck.
5-1 final, all tied up in the World Series for those of you who chose hockey over baseball. We appreciate you wherever you are. I know Aunt Edna gave up on the baseball game as soon as this one started.
I actually heard she was on a date tonight, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Aunt Edna out on the town on a Saturday night in Arkansas?
She listened up her silver hair and was ready to go.
Good for her. Cannonberg flips it past Toto. Madeo now has control of this puck behind the offensive net. Back up to Woolley, turns, shoots another rifle of a shot that I don't know how it didn't get through. Madeo fires one that's blocked. Woolley trying to tip that away, back out to Cannonberg.
Good play.
Here comes Hank on the power play. Hank with the wrap around it in. Excellent work there by the team. They get the cycle in and figure out how to put the puck in the back of the net. Ripple in the twine on the power play with 2:11 left to go in the second. Speaking of cycle, did I tell you I won an electric bike yesterday?
No, and how does one do that?
I was at a curling event and with some of my generous donations.
Oh, you really are Canadian, aren't you?
To
Goodness.
a wonderful Can Do MS, great charity. If you've ever
Great charity.
not heard of them, great charity. Love to work with those guys. And I won myself an electric bike. It's got the shocks and everything. I was ripping through the fields. It was a lot of fun. I can see myself falling off that and being out with a concussion protocol here pretty soon.
The question is, do you get any sort of exercise out of an electric bike, or is it really for transportation purposes?
It has pedals, so you can
Do you
actually
use
pedal.
them?
I haven't yet. I might
Okay.
just take them off there. I don't know. Centering in front and pops with the shot. Knocks the stick out of the defenseman's hand. And the puck doesn't get all the way through. Haviland tries to soccer that one down to the blue line. Benevelski steps behind him. And then a centering pass goes through and tipped away. Back by Benevelski. Off the boards for Popovic. Letting that one slide through his skates. Sent back over to Boulder. They're going D to D with 1:20 left to go. Foster trying to take that away. It's sent down, and Zebra puts his hand in the air with 1:13 left to go. That's going to be an icing call against Boulder. With fresh legs of McGowan, Weber, and Lars stepping off the bench for your Warriors.
So going back to the bike, isn't that just a moped at that point?
Until I take the pedals off, yeah, probably.
I remember my old Vespa Piaggio, I had to pedal it to get it to go. Like that was the way that you started the engine. So.
I could picture you on a Vespa with that hair staying perfectly still in the wind. Riding
no,
down.
I had a helmet. I had an overbearing mom.
One of those little skull caps that the HA wear? Or
I didn't. I got in so much trouble on that thing.
Another icing call here against Boulder. McGowan, Lauren Weber still out there in the final minute of the second period. Cannonberg with Egelseeder on the blue line now. Weber battling into the corner. Out to McGowan, just out of his reach. Lars turns and just misses the right post of the net. Weber stealing this one away in the corner. Taking it back away from Boulder into Lars. Shoots it! Oh! What a snipe by Reed Lars! Finding top cheese on that one, and with 40 seconds left to go. Your Warriors take that 2-goal lead they've been looking for.
Great position by Lar. Way to seal the deal.
This line getting rewarded with the last 40 seconds out here, seeing if they can double up on their scoring. One back, Eagle Cedar across the red line, sending one in deep. Lara going after it. He's on fire, got some momentum on his side as he continues to battle in behind the net. Reed Lar trying to kick this one through. McGowan in behind with him. Lar tapping that one in front. Sent right back into the corner with Lar going down. Weber with him. Taken away there by Boulder. McGowan angling his man off, taking him out of the play. And all the way down for another icing. Only 6.6 seconds left to go here in the second period. But with the offensive zone draw, many magical things could happen.
Oh, totally.
Toto's going to get the honors of taking this draw. Toto wins it back. Dale's trying to put it through. Toto in front. And puts it off the side of the net. The goalie can't find it. It's underneath them at the same time. There's some punches thrown in front. Madeo joining the scrum, making sure that Toto doesn't take another shot to the back of the head. Oh, that was Cannonberg muscling his way in the front, not Toto. Looking good here going into the third with a little bit of jump in their step towards the end of the second. But there's no way they can sit back. They need to pump another 10 in behind this 10 to make me happy for the night. Even 9 I'd be okay with.
Yeah, they're not going to the Pink Pony Club without playing a little bit harder to finish this off. You know that's like their team win song, right?
I did hear that. Yes, I heard that. That's the Edmonton Oilers from last year, but that didn't work out so well for them at the end of the season, did it?
So it's like all these win songs over the years, Party in the USA.
I remember Barbie Girl being one.
Barbie Girl. And last year was, what was it? Die with a Smile.
I can't say I know that one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you don't want to either.
I believe it.
The most awkward music selection by this team over the years.
Did anybody write a song after 1996? Because I don't listen to anything that's later than that.
I think it's all AI generated now.
Boys looking in good spirits here as they circle up and huddle inside the blue line. Warriors hockey coming at you on the OTT Sports Network. Third period set to drop the puck here. Shooter McGowan and Harry Haviland. And we can't be doing this without Save a Tree. Tree shoving lawn care all over Colorado, all over the U.S. Use your deck need to look bigger, trim the shrubs around it, and your wife will be happy. Save a Tree.
My deck looks enormous by cutting those hedges. So
Willie's got a smile on his face down there.
I think he heard us.
He must have.
He was thinking about saving a tree.
He's like, hey, why don't we get Save a Tree? Our deck could use some work. He works his way up to the right wing spot, and Toto's going to take this draw. Badale on his left with Eagle Cedar and Gruber on the point, starting this third period up. Woolley shoulders his man off the puck, and then Eagle Cedar keeps him at the blue line. Boulder looking to get this one in, and still onside and then backhanded out. Gruber trying to kick that one down at center ice, tangles his way up, picked up by Toto. Drop pass there from Madeo is what we're going to call it, but it was the Boulder team getting their stick on that puck and sending it around. Woolley misfires on a pass around the boards. It's taken away by Boulder and behind the net. Prokop diving in on top of that, keeping it out. Prokop hasn't seen a lot of action here, but he's been sharp when he's needed to be. We got the 3 goalie system here today.
Yeah.
I don't think Halot's going to get in there without the pads on.
No,
though.
maybe not. He has a helmet on, though. We'll give him that.
Foster tying his man up. Puck still stuck on the dot. Benevelski finally skating away from it. Going through center, dances his man. Benevelski tip across it. Popovic had the puck and couldn't get it. Back over to Foster behind the net. Benevelski still in deep. He's going to work his way around the front of the net now. Tipped in. Haviland back on defense. Picks this puck up in his own end. Haviland flipping a pass that bounced nicely to Foster. Lucky on that one, or he might have been sitting the rest. Foster coming in. Foster shoots one in. It's underneath. Goalie still has it loose. Diving. Nobody comes up with it. That's not wearing goal pads and a black jersey. So that means we're going to have a whistle in the offensive zone here with 14:43 left to go. It's a 3-1 hockey game. Your Warriors leading Boulder on the OTT Sports Network.
We need the instant replay on that Benevelski move. That was incredible.
He has some dingle in his dangle tonight.
He
He's
does.
looking for one. Off the boards, Benevelski keeping it in on the far side. Foster putting the offensive pressure in as he chases this one in behind the net. Foster still up on his man. Doesn't get all the way through. Haviland sends one in that's paddled over to the side by the goaltender. Back out to Benevelski on the point. Keeping this one in. Foster out of the corner, shoots one. Pad save back into Foster, who's tangled up with the ref. Boulder does a good job of angling him off, but Haviland tips it back over to Foster. He's in front and a shot right into the glove of the goaltender. We talk about shot selection, but it's happening a lot faster down there than it is in the arm of your lazy boy where you're watching out in Sweden right now.
Peter Forsberg is tuned in tonight, isn't he?
Actually, just seeing that on the OTT text line.
He just sent a text, yeah.
Awesome. Absolute legend. Shot comes in, pad saved by the goaltender. Weber trying to lift the stick and then push his man off the puck. Kolchevsky sending it in deep. Lars behind the net as he picks up the loose puck. Reed Lars still has it. Weber's in front, back out to the blue line. Cannonberg walks the top, sends one in. It's blocked down. Weebs couldn't muscle his way through, and we got a 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Boulder over to the far side, taken away by Weber. He's got some room, 1-on-2, 2-on-2 with Lars joining him. Here comes Luke Weber into the corner, spinning around in front of the net. He can't quite get the puck as he gets shoved into the backboards. To the blue line, Kolchevsky sending it across. Cannonberg, he's gonna wind one up and doesn't get all the way through again. Boulder get in front of these pucks. Keeping up from in front of their goaltender. Back to Medeo at center ice. Working his way up through center. Pinched up at the blue line. Over and out. Woolley knocking that one down and sending it in deep. 13:04 left to go in this 3-1 hockey game. Through Medeo, through Woolley. Boulder up the boards, taken away by Toto. Right back out to Boulder. Stuck down again. Medeo couldn't keep it in the blue line. Neither could Egelseeder, so Toto controls it at center ice as he passes across to Gruber. Sounded like Gruber took a hit there, but he got the puck in deep. Around the far side, Egelseeder tipped back in for Woolley. He's at the top of the circles doing some dangling of his own. And Woolley has it on his backhand. Drop pass back over for Toto. Sends it across, bounces over Egelseeder. He claps one in. It's blocked in front again by Boulder. Good work there by Medeo in behind the net. Woolley back over to Toto. On the side, Woolley takes this one. Clean pass out to Egelseeder at the point. Shoots one in. It's deflected off Medeo and into the corner. Warriors continuing to pressure with the 12-minute mark, reaching here in the third period. Medeo behind the net, gets shoved off that puck. Medeo still fighting for it. Or, sorry, that was Toto. Medeo now just jumping into the play. Egelseeder stepping from the blue line. Woolley's back on the point in his position. Egelseeder spinning out of the corner. Still has this loose puck. Egelseeder back out to Gruber. Turns, shoots. Another block back. Gruber has another attempt. That one rolls off the toe of his stick. Taken away by Boulder and hammered around the far side. Gruber stepping in. Back over Madeo. In behind the net for Boulder. Back in Woolley and Madeo, both engaged in the play. Toto's trying to take this one away before he gets out to the blue line. Egelceder steps up and doesn't let it escape the zone. Flipping that one back into the far corner. Again, we've got some tired Boulder players out here with the continued pressure here from the Warriors. Popovic. Centering pass, Toto couldn't get to it. Back out to Gruber, claps one in. Off the skates of a couple of defenders in front. Still kept into the blue line. Can they manage to continue? No, it sneaks out across, but they're not going to give a lot of time here with Toto coming across the blue line. And I believe Haviland was offside on the far side. 10:46 left to go. Warriors in the lead, 3-1. You know where the place I want to be is? Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, that's the place
That's
I want to be.
where I want to be. Oh, I think is that your phone? My phone. No.
Foster winning that one over the corner, getting tipped up by Moore. He's out there with Benevelski on defense, but Haviland's looking for Popovic, who was trying to break in behind the D. That puck's knocked down, and then Moore continues across. Owen Moore still has his puck. He's working his way down the right side. Backhand pass in front, doesn't get through to Pops. And Boulder's off the boards, not out of the zone as Foster does some juggling off the tip of his stick. Back over, Devin Foster in the corner, sending it out to the blue line for Moore. Tries to wind one up, it goes off a stick and a skate into the corner. Haviland sending it to the far side. Clean pass out to Benevelski at the point. Sasha comes in, shoots one. Saved by the goaltender. In front, Haviland has it. Oh, back out to Popovic. Still controlling this puck is Noah Pops. And then out into center ice for Benevelski. He's going to make quick work of this one as he turns it back in. Guy tries to take him out, and Sasha says not a chance. Foster in front, shot, loose puck. Back over to Haviland in the corner, swiping a backhand out it. Gets over to Benevelski. Another one gets fired in. Moore's in deep. One more centers. Backhand by Foster, not through. And finally the goaltender gets it under the mitten, hangs on. It's still a 3-1 hockey game. 9:25 left to go. McGowan, Lahr, and Weber out there with Kolchevsky and Cannonberg. Graham McGowan on this draw, trying to tie his guy up. It's still a loose puck to grab, and then it's taken away by Boulder. Being pestered to the blue line there by Weber, and then stolen away. Luke Weber with a good play. Reeves coming in front. The puck is paddled down by the goaltender, but we're going to have a penalty against
I think it's
Boulder.
Arapahoe. Oh, really? Oh.
The Warriors capitalized on their last opportunity. We're seeing what they can do here with the man advantage late in this third period. I guess it's not late in the third period. We're not even halfway through the third period. Seems late to me because I'm not up this late on a Saturday night. Yeah, that's true.
You will be tonight. You're staying at the
I'm having a sleepover at the Moors tonight.
My God.
I brought my pajamas and my blankie and my teddy bear. It's going to be a blast. Because we're heading straight from there down to Colorado Springs tomorrow. We're going to be taking on the Tigers, who they beat us twice. One exhibition and one tournament win against us this year so far. But regular season's where it all counts. We've still got some time left against the Boulder Club today, though, and we've got to figure a way to get another power play goal here with Benevelski. Stepping in, drop pass back over to Woolley. Woolley in, and a big shot by Toto as he goes down in front. Taken away by Madeo. Benevelski at the top, shoots one. I don't think that hit anything but the glass. And
I've heard a lot of glass hits today.
There's been a lot of missed net shots today for sure. Toto working his way in, back to Woolley in the corner. Looking to find that seam as he's cycling it up the top. Woolley still has it. Woolley powering around, muscles in, takes a shot.
Love
Madeo
it.
looking for a loose puck.
Love it.
And Toto finds it after Madeo does the work in front of the net. Ben Toto on another power play goal. 4-1 hockey game on what feels like it, again, should be another 12-1 hockey game here if the boys could figure out a way to not hit the goalie in the chest. Or actually hit the net. I think they like the sound of the glass when the puck hits it or something. I don't know.
It's kind of like hitting the post or the crossbar.
Yeah,
it sounds cool.
Sounds cool, but it
Doesn't do you any good.
No. Lar falling at the blue line, but he gets back up and continues to control this puck as he works his way into the corner. Behind the net for Weber, cycling it back out to Nagelceder, who missed that one at the blue line. Nagelceder skating hard around. Pushed off there by McGowan. The D make the pass across. Coming across the red line and sending it deep into the Warriors' end. Nagelceder picks it up. Sending it around as he gets tangled up with his man behind the net. This is no time for the Warriors to take a shift off. They've got to continue to pressure with a lot of time left here. Just under halfway through the third period. McGowan in behind. McGowan tries to wrap that around, shoots it off the goalie's pads, and Boulder controls. Weber's had enough. He's skating off. The Warriors are playing slightly shorthanded here as Haviland comes in to take the spot of Weber. Nagelceder keeps it in at the blue line. Off the boards and out. Grub's back in his own zone to pick this one up. Pass up to Haviland. He's got some room to work. Makes a stick handling move. Comes in, shoots. Blocker saved by the goaltender.
4-on-1. Look at him.
One on four, and he'd shoot it just inside the blue line.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. Back in Foster. Devin Foster in the slot. Backhand shot over to Popovic, who couldn't find a rebound. And the puck is going to be dropped in the offensive zone here for the Warriors one more time. Foster staying in to take this draw. That one gets tipped out, bouncing across the blue line, so Benevelski's forced to chip it back over to Popovic, who sends it down into Boulder territory, around for Foster, and then flip to Haviland. Foster and Haviland both in there against three Boulder players, Benevelski coming in from the point, and then Popovic keeps that into the blue line, tipping it back in over to Devin Foster. Centering pass over to Popovic, catches that one on his skate and stick handles it over to Moore. Another shot by Owen Moore, saved by the goaltender. Haviland with the tip in front. Puck still loose, back out to Boulder. And they send it down, and they've got a breakaway opportunity here coming through. Oh, look at that! But that's gonna be a penalty shot? No, trip.
What a great penalty. Well,
but he did hit the skates second, so.
Yeah, but you hit puck first like that.
let me rephrase that. What a great effort by Big Rig. They're not doing a penalty shot on that. No?
They're talking about it, but
Yeah,
no.
No.
The refs haven't explained to the Boulder captain over there that he hit puck first, but he did take him out, so that's not a penalty shot.
Boulder captain has to go back to elementary school, grade school, whatever it is.
Put his wool socks and Birkenstocks back on and head north.
Yeah.
The first man advantage for Boulder here, though, with 4-1 hockey game and 5:43 left to go. Warriors penalty killers out there. It's Woolley and Toto with Kolchevsky and Kannenberg. Trying to tip that one up to Deacon. He gets a stick on it, so there's no icing on the play. Couldn't tip it through, taken away by Kannenberg, who dumps that one right back down as they practiced all week on this penalty kill. Woolley's watching his man, seeing he's wanting to do with this. It's tipped back out. Kolchevsky has it. Kolchevsky getting stood up there in front of the penalty box. Back over, and Toto fires it down onto the goaltender there, who misplayed it.
Wow.
And then flipped it back over to the D-man. 1:18 left to go in the man advantage for Boulder as they finally work their way across the Arapahoe line. Taken right away by Woolley and sent back to center ice. Boulder passing and trying to come across. Kolcheski and Canterbury both going after it. Kolcheski has it. Woolley taking this man out into the corner. Kolcheski now centering pass goes through the crease. Out of the reach of all players. Tip shot comes in and off the glass and over the net into the crease. And Prokop can be playing with the Savannah Bananas next year after that save. Haviland at the draw, trying to get this back. It's into the corner, and the Warriors work their way out, bounce it off the man at the blue line. It's out to center ice, controlled by Boulder. Pressure up here. Boulder sends it across their zone and then outside. Haviland trying to race to get back on. Eagle-Cedar coming in with the puck, but they're going to be caught offside. 27 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Boulder. 4:10 in the third period.
Sending a guy up high here.
Popovic coming over at this play. Recognizing what Boulder's trying to do, sending the man on the outside. The ref's blowing the whistle, telling the guys on the other side to get out of the play. Haviland tangled up at the centering dot and wins that one, but it ends up in the hands of Boulder. As they're inside their zone, Haviland pressuring him. Now it's 2-on-1 coming the other way. Gruber.
That guy.
The pass across just bounces outside the reach of the Boulder player. Back out to the blue line. Shot comes in. Prokop coming up with what he does best. Pops flips that to the blue line. Not clear. And WB, Noah Popovic. Again, out to Boulder. Knocked down by Haviland at the blue line. And Tate White's going to go to the box. It's going to be a 5-on-3.
It's Graham McGowan going back to his home.
No, that's Gruber.
Graham acted like it was his.
He's
ready to take it.
He's so used to it.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, it's a penalty. It must be mine.
Come on, ref, that's not right.
He's going to have to find another way to get his name on the score sheet this game. With a 5-on-3 for Boulder. Is it still 5-on-4? Okay, the other penalty expired. My bad. Come on, Harry, pay attention to the game. Out to the top of the circle, shot comes in, blocker down by Prokop. Back out as Boulder's getting set up, send that one across the blue line, tipped into the corner. Moore doing a good job getting his big twig involved in the play, shoving a man down, but the puck still ends up in the hands of Boulder. Good job by Toto knocking that pass down. Looking to take that away. Woolley diving across that blue line and knocking it outside the zone. Pass across, taken away by Benevelski, who's got a chance up the right wing now. Benevelski sending that one with the goalie pulled here. 6-on-4 hockey action, 4-1 hockey game. And 2:51 left to go. Toto shoots it in.
Yeah, there's a hat!
That's his second of the
Hat
game.
trick.
And it's 5-1.
I think it's his third, isn't it?
Is that his third?
I think it may be his third. I don't know.
I think we're short-handed, 5-on-3.
We were. It was 6-on-4. It was 5-on. I thought it was because I thought we still had the other penalty. That was my call. I didn't see the guy come out of the box. It was 5-on-4, then 6-on-4. I'm not paying attention to the hockey game. Just looking forward to my sleepover tonight. So excited.
Did you bring your teddy bear with you?
Of course I brought my blankie.
Good. Did you bring your Belvedere?
Haviland dancing around at the blue line, coming in, still has his puck, trying to tip it over to Popovic. Off of his backhand, Popovic Couldn't get the shot up, but Pop still has it in the corner. Boulder takes this puck away, gets it back out to center ice. Haviland stepping through, knocking it off of his skates, and then keeping it at neutral territory as Pops goes in and tries to get the puck. It's forced up into the blue line where Cannonberg intercepts. Hanks sending it the length of the ice, pops in on the forecheck. Boulder sending it. Pass across has bumped up a couple of players, but 2-on-2 opportunity developing here, and then off the skates of Kolcheski as he does a great job stopping that. Haviland on the back check, keeping this one into the corner. Boulder to the blue line, across the point. 5-on-5, they take a shot, and they love that sound off the glass just as much as the Warriors do.
Just as much as they love Pink Pony Club.
Saved by Prokop, holding on with this one. 1:31 left to go. The Warriors in a comfortable position. 5-1 lead. McGowan set to take this own draw in their own zone. Wins that one over the corner, but Gruber is tied up with his man. It gets out to the point and shot in by Boulder, but it's blocked, and Lar and Weber come out. Weber coming in with some speed down the right side. Weaves with the shot, gets taken out. No call on that play. Lar centering pass, and it gets picked up by Boulder. Back out to center ice, and Eagle-Cedar's going to collect. Weber chases his man into the corner, knocking the puck off. Lar the trailer, sorry. McGowan in behind the net, shoulders his man off the puck and still fighting for it in the corner. McGowan's out to the point, bouncing puck out to the blue line, shot into the glove of the Tendy. Hangs on with 42 seconds left to go in the final frame.
You know, you mentioned this blue line, but yeah, it is so bad on that side.
I can't
barely see it.
I can't see it at all from here.
And granted, I wear glasses, but I still can't see it.
I refuse. I might have to get X-ray glasses to see where that is.
You might need to. There's no optical illusion on the camera today. That is really the way it is.
Foster over to Popovic. Kicking this one in the corner. Noah Popovic out of the corner. Backhand shot. Haviland looking for the tip, and a couple of friendly pushing and shoving happen after that. .33 seconds left to go. I can comfortably say I believe the Warriors will win this one.
I think we may seal this. Yeah.
But we still got a long way to go.
He put his glasses away.
Well,
he put his glasses
I don't
away.
need to see it anymore. I mean, it is what it is.
Haviland Foster still digging in the corner. Boulder takes this puck away as time winds down. Eagle-Cedar back over, flipping it through, taken away by Boulder across the blue line into the hands of Gruber, who can't shovel it back off his backhand. 18 seconds left to tick off. Boulder keeping control of this out to the top of the circle. Blocked shot there by Popovic. It comes in front, and Boulder allowed to tuck one in there. That's just...
Glad I took my glasses off for that one.
Yeah, you didn't want to see how that happened. Not a lot of presence by the Warriors during that goal. But let's take one more second here to shout out that referee's mullet and mustache.
Oh, it is.
Foster.
It is greasy beyond greasy.
Back to Moore. They try and stand him up. Haviland claps it in, but the buzzer sounds, and the Warriors are victorious on Saturday night at South Sub. They're going to shake hands, but getting ready for a big one against a team we need a win against tomorrow. That would be the Colorado Springs Tigers. We'll be live on the air at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Mountain Standard. It's not Mountain Standard Time, it's MDS now. Because I got messed up on a meeting about that last week, because Phoenix doesn't change their time. Do you know that? So we're only Mountain Standard Time in the summer, then we're Mountain D time. I don't know what that means. But we had a blast with everybody here tonight. Congratulations to the Warriors and their coaching staff for a big victory here against the Boulder Hockey Club. I am Harry Haviland alongside Shooter McGowan and everybody on the OTT Sports Network team. We thank you for coming out with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm Harry Haviland, signing out.
Out.